If you compare the fats and carbohydrates, so fats gives more energy for us. So it's very necessary for us because we need a maximum energy to perform the work. Is it right? So fats are considered as the energy reservoirs. Otherwise, you can say they are as the energy banks because that fats will store the energy in them, and whenever we need the energy, they provide us. Is it right? So what are the fats are written on the board? So fats provide energy for us. So stored fat helps to regulate our body temperature and keep the body warm. So already I have said you fats will deposits under our skin and in the place of the various organs. So what they does, they helps to regulate our body temperature. You know in the winter season we should protect ourselves. So we need a protection. That protection will be given by it will be given by the stored fats, we can say. So they will be deposited under our skin, and what they helps to regulate the body temperature. Understanding? And also they gives the warmth for our body. Understanding? So what are the fats? Fats are the energy giving food, otherwise they provides energy for us, and stored fats so provides the otherwise they regulates the body temperature and also give the warmth for our body. Understanding? So from which all the food we get the fats? So those are called as the sources of food. So let's study now sources of food. You know that fats are available from both the animal source and also plant source. So we can get fats by both the animals and the plants. So plants we can consider as a vegetable fat because so from those all plant sources we will be extracted oil and that will be used. Understanding? So from which all the plants will get the fats? So like I have written here, groundnut oil, so soybean oil, mustard oil, coconut oil, teal and nuts. Is it right? So those all will be containing a fat in them in the form of the oil. You know that oil is example for the fat. So from these all the seeds we can extract the oil and it will be used in our food. Is it right? So those are called as the vegetable fats. Next we'll go to the animal source. So animal fats, so you know that example for the animal fats. So you all will eat a ghee, even the butter you will eat, and cream you will eat, milk, eggs, meat. So those all are example for what? Animal fats. They give fats for us and they are very necessary for our body to provide the energy to perform the work. Understanding? So these two sources we can observe. So these two sources gives fats for us, and from that we will get the energy. Understanding? So next we'll go to two types of fats we can observe: saturated fats and the unsaturated fats. So what are the saturated fats? So some fats, there is some fat products, those are solid at room temperature. You take a ghee and butter, so they will be solid at a room temperature. Just if you heat little, what they'll convert to the solid, to the liquid. So those are called as the saturated fats. Understanding? Next you will take the unsaturated fats, means they are liquid at room temperature. So like example, vegetable oil you take. Vegetable oil is example for what? Unsaturated fat. So this is about a fat. So now how to test the fat? So any food item is containing fat. So how to test it? So for that one experiment is there. So how to test it? So you take one of the food. You take one of the food component. So what you do? Take one of the brown paper, that is normal paper you take. Just wrap that food item in the paper. So after wrap, just slowly wrap it and afterwards you crush it. So after pressing it slowly, so what happens? Just slowly open that paper and remove the food content and allow it for some time. So if any water content remains in that, it will evaporate. So now dried paper we can get. So that dried paper just hold to the light. So what happens? You will observe very thin, dull light you can observe from that. Is it right? So very dull very dull light we will observe from that. Is it right? It is nothing but the fat we can say. So afterwards that paper you just try to crush, just try to tear it. So it will not tear very easily. So from that what we can do? We can understand it is a fat. So observation what we have given? We will observe the oily translucent stain on the paper. Understanding? That translucent means something not clearly. So little bit we can observe. So light and otherwise next things. So it is about what? The test for the fats. Understood? It is about the fat. So if you eat maximum fat, what happens? It is harmful for our body, we can say. So how much fats we will eat, that much we should work out. Otherwise that fat will be deposited under our skin, also in the various organs like a heart, around the kidneys, around the liver. So they deposits, and what they does, they harms for the various organs. Understanding? And also they disturbs the function of the organs. From that we can face many problems. So eating the excess of the fats, so from that we will cause one of the disease that is called as obesity. It is the excess of fat deposited in our body. Understanding? So the excess of fats also not good for our health. So how much need for our body, that much only we should intake the fats. Understanding? It is about the fats. So today what all the things we have learned? We learned about the fats, sources of the fat, and also saturated and unsaturated fats. And also we studied the test for the fats. If you have any difficulty regarding today's class, just to ask me. Thank you.